Yeah, it's poppin', man. What's up, world? It's your boy Boobang, man. Back with another Boobang Theory. Second topic, session two. I'm gonna run through this pretty quick because I really want to get to some of the more urgent information, man. Because they trying to push this back on us real quick. Just heard on the news they talking about 2 weeks, so I'm gonna push through this. Some of this shit I ran through last time I was doing it, so I want to tie some things together though that I just came across some more information that's gonna really more make all of it make more sense. So like I said, so in the beginning, we all know that this virus came from Wuhan, China, and on December the 30th or the 31st, the Wuhan Health Commission had issued a public notice, and this was December 31st. On January, the Hunan seafood market was closed, but at the same time, when this was going on, when they were saying that the first case that they found was in December, it actually was noticed that it was an insider that said that China knew about the virus in November, on November the 17th, and that it was at least 200 cases that was known already. So basically, the Wuhan Health Commission and the WHO, they already knew about this in November, and the public notice in China didn't come out until December 31st, and that was only because that somebody else leaked the information out there when they gave the internal notice to all the medical facilities. So, all right, so we go on and say, they said that doctors had misdiagnosed like over a couple dozen people in this process in November, and this is before they caught wind of it supposedly in December. Then at this same time, somebody, the first case in Italy that had flew back from China, because there wasn't no restrictions on flying at the time. This was still in November, not December. The first case in Italy, they went back and they said that the mayor of Florence, to avoid racism, because the word was getting around that China was spreading this virus. So the Chinese people that was living in Italy, in this case Florence in particular, said, called it, let's give it a National Hug a Chinese Day. So he done called one of these days in this particular time in November National Hug a Chinese Day. So all these people in Florence go running around. They got footage of the shit too. You can go and do your research and pull it up. All these Italian people running around hugging all the Chinese people, so they wouldn't feel like they was being victims of racism. So after that, then they said several other places considered or actually followed suit of what the mayor did in Florence, and that's how a lot of these other small places around China started to spread the virus. Okay, so I'm gonna come back in here though, because all this is happening in December, right? This right here happened in November. This is November I'm talking about. This is before they put that public statement out on December the 31st. Then, so I go back and look at in December. I had something else I wanted to say about in December. December. Okay. Yeah, the Wuhan Commission issued a public health statement. Then let me see. Oh yeah, so at this time when this statement came out from the National Health Commission, they also sent out a letter to all the medical physicians and all the medical facilities saying, the National Health Commission clearly mandates that all detection, empirical data, results, and conclusions related to the outbreak cannot be published on self-media or social media, nor disclosed to any media, including state media. So this is a statement issued out to, a letter issued out to all the health facilities and health and the doctors and everything, saying that none of the detection, empirical data, results, and conclusion related to the outbreak cannot be published on self-media or social media, nor disclosed to any media, including state media, or collaborative organizations, including any technical services and companies. So they said this was issued out within November and December time, because they actually knew what was going on, but they didn't really issue out the public statement until December. They said there was lots of whistleblowers that was blaming the Wuhan lab for leaking out or releasing the COVID virus. It's lots of papers that have been written by whistleblowers, and some of the whistleblowers coming up dead. Some of them's being banned, and they can't get on social media, so they can't spread the word. They're being locked up and different things like that. So then, like I said, then you go back to December and 31st, no, actually after the 31st. So you go to January, and the Wuhan seafood market, when I said they closed the seafood market down. So then, at this point in time, there was a reporter asking the head board of the WHO in Beijing, did he hear about these cases? There's supposedly been before the case they found in December, and the Wuhan, or the WHO in Beijing, actually had a Chinese virologist that they had understudy, that they was teaching, and so he was working for them. He was also working with the Chinese health authorities. So let's see where this is at. January. Okay. So hold on just a minute, let me get this in order. Okay. So I said January 1st that they locked down this place. Oh yeah, so then you get on January 10th, when I was telling y'all about when I said that China released a full genome sequence of the Wuhan novel of coronaviruses, but it was actually the National Institute of Communicable Disease and Control for Prevention, the same school, and with the guy John Yoon Chen and the School of Public Health, the same people who published that paper about the virus closely being related to two different viruses. Those were the people who actually released the sequence genome, so everybody can see for themselves the similarities in those other two viruses that they have found out. And this is said that they actually tried to contact the CDC in China to explain to them, and the WHO, which they got no response back before they even issue these papers out. So that's but let them say it. They said this is why they issued the paper out, because they got no response from the WHO or the CDC in China. So they issued the paper out with the genome sequence, so other virologists around in China could try to help them figure out what was going on, because they were seeing similarities to it. But no later than after that, the CDC and the Health Commission of China shut this school down, shut this institute down. So now the WHO in China not only avoided hearing what they had to say about the genome sequence and the similarities of these other viruses to the new coronavirus, when they did hear about these people issuing out this genome sequence publicly, they shut them down. So you gotta wonder, what the fuck is they doing all this for? They shutting down the motherfuckers who trying to figure out what the hell is going on with the the virus, but y'all ain't heard of it. Y'all ain't gave no public announcement other than the one y'all gave to China. So, okay, so now we're gonna go to this, see, I talked about the Italy thing. I talked about that one. Okay, so that was January 10th, they released the genome sequence. After January 10th, they were shut down. Then, so at the same time this is going on, we get to February. Let me see, January still. So, remember I was telling y'all, they found out that the Wuhan coronavirus had an 89.1% similarity with the COVID-ZC45 and exhibits 100% amino acid similarities in the NSP7 and E proteins bat SARS virus. So this is what they found to be what the similarities was to that. Okay, so February 3rd, the university issued that paper out about the similarities. So, but check game, before February 3rd, on the January 23rd, is when Wuhan, China goes on lockdown, 10 a.m. and alert people to stay away from Wuhan China, and then China built a whole motherfucking hospital, man. They built a whole brand new hospital from level ground up, and the motherfucker held 1,600 beds. And then they had talks of building a second one because that motherfucker got filled up so quick. But how the fuck China built this fucking hospital that damn quick and house all these people? And then was about to house another. I don't know, China on some different level shit when it comes to building shit. They got motherfucking whole brand new cities that's vacant, nobody living in them. Brand whole new cities, man, with nobody living in them. Brand new buildings. Updated shit, not no ran down shit. This is brand new shit. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So that was on 23rd. Everybody went on lockdown. January 31st, the WHO, the World Health Organization, announced or declared the outbreak of public health emergency in international concerns. So this is all the way on January 31st that the fucking WHO finally issue out or declare a public health emergency. So, in actuality, China motherfucking ass, the CDC, they knew the first motherfucking cases was in November, by November 17th. But they didn't give out a statement to none of the health departments or health institutions in China until the 30th. Then that shit got out, so they had to issue a public statement to the whole, to the China's citizens, and saying, well, this shit is happening, so they had to issue a public emergency. And then that was on December 31st. And who is part of the motherfucking whole shit? They got something to do with CDC down there. They in Beijing, and they didn't issue a public health emergency until the 31st of January. Then they say the concern that the virus might spread from China to other countries. Motherfucker, been done that. That's how the first case got in motherfucking Hong Kong, motherfucker, and then the next case got in Italy. They been flying out of motherfucking China, and you been letting them. It was a motherfucking local doctor. You know what I'm saying? A local doctor named Li Wen Lang. Li Wen Lang. And you know, you can pronounce it how you want, or Google how you think it should be spelled. Li Wen Lang tried to warn physicians and his co-workers in hospital he was about the virus a month earlier before the lockdown. But he was reprimanded by the local authorities. So this man tried to tell them a month before they even locked it down on January 23rd. So January 23rd, a month before, he tried to tell these motherfuckers in December, about December, late December, that this shit was going on, but they knew about it in November 17th from the other doctor, who later, this man ended up dying from this virus, on February the 7th. So 3,000 medical workers affected, 12 of them died. This is all in between November 17th and February the 7th. All right, so let me see. This man over here was interviewed by a lady, the head of the WHO, this man called Alan Snur. He seemed like he an asshole too, because he was smirking and the shit was kind of funny to him, and like he didn't really give a fuck. But she was asking him, this is the head of the board from the WHO in Beijing, said this is about the letter. Okay, let me get to that letter. So evidently it was a letter issued out. China went, so look, February 17th on out, China went door to door to check for corona patients daily, in a daily routine. Everyone is locked down, no one can leave their home but healthcare workers and other people who's helping fight the epidemic. I'm just trying to rush through some of this stuff so I can get to the major shit that I really want to talk about, because it's all gonna make sense to you if you're listening or go back and look at the video a couple times. So, supposedly all this shit is going on, taking place. The WHO don't know nothing about it. They right there in Beijing. So it was supposed to have been a letter that was issued out, like I said, to the healthcare workers, and they tried to reach out to the WHO and the CDC, and they was posting these things all around China, the health department and some of the health workers, So everybody else seeing this shit. The CDC saying they ain't seeing it. The WHO saying they ain't seeing it. So when the lady asked them in an interview why they didn't know about the disease and the virus that was going on, and why they didn't issue out a public emergency before they did on January 23rd, or in January, this man said he never seen it. He said that they said they never seen one letter. But then he said, he backtracked and said, oh yeah, wait a minute, I did see one letter, but I only seen one letter from one hospital. February 10, 2003, the world learned about the flu, but they didn't learn about the flu from the WHO or the CDC or China. They said they learned this, the world learned about this virus from a man called Stephen Cunning, living in Washington, D.C. He put in an inquiry to the healthcare workers on the internet in a message board, asking them about, have they been noticing a lot of things in their hospitals, the virus and all the similarities going on, and everybody started weighing in, they said, so it was a lot. He got multiple people that was responding. The next day, China spoke out and the word got out. 10 days before the virus reached Hong Kong, in 10 days, after the word got into China, they said the motherfucker WHO had 10 days before the virus actually hit China. They still said nothing. The WHO still said nothing. It's still saying like they never got a letter. This is, this is nothing to them. It wasn't an issue to them. They was going on about their business. So they said the WHO had plenty of time to act on issuing a global alert, but they didn't. This is some investigating journalists, investigating what the fuck was going on in China. So they never issued a global alert. Then they blamed it on miscommunication, basically. Said the communication wasn't there. Then they said it was restricted information that wasn't approved by the CDC to be put out. So they basically danced around saying, well, they can issue a global alert because first it got to go through a certain process, or they couldn't go above somebody to issue out without getting permission, which is all bullshit, because they're the motherfuckers who supposed to issue. They the WHO. They the motherfucking World Health Organization. So they said they fell back on protocol. It was all about